Hello everyone, my name is Chris and I'm the founder of Vibehut. And today I want to go through some of the features about Vibehut to get you up to speed on this fantastic platform that we have. Now, a lot of people come to Vibehut and they ask silly questions. The last thing is like, what is the difference between Vibehut and Zoom, Vibehut and Google Hangouts? I've seen you posting about Vibehut for the last year and I'm still not sure about what Vibehut is. Well, we're going to take this time, a few minutes here, to clear up the basics about the platform. So let's get started. So first off, Vibehut itself, if you go to kind of vibehut.io, is a platform that looks like this. It's a place where business and community video calls happen, and you can see people that are actively discussing on video calls right now. Now, there's all sorts of functionality that I'd like to kind of show you, but let's kind of keep it simple. So I have this little chart here, my handy dandy Excel I'm going to say Vibehut levels, right? So these are the ways that Vibehut is most commonly used. So the simplest way that Vibehut is used is for calls, number one. This is the equivalent of having a Zoom, Google Hangout, Microsoft Teams, right? These are instant calls, right? How Vibehut does that is you would go to the website. Once you're logged in, you go get instant call link, and you have a link here that you can share to anyone for any sort of conversation. Uniquely here, you don't get cut out after 40 minutes or 30 minutes. You can have your own calls and you can share this with anyone. It is a totally Vibehut-esque video call. Now, next, on the call side, Vibehut also has rooms. Rooms, right? And rooms are branded and exclusive video calls. So you can have something like Vibehut.io, Vibehut.io/OneDolinsky office. Instead of me hosting Zoom calls, Google Hangout calls, I have all of my video calls in the Vibehut.io video office. So going back to Vibehut, we go to rooms, and you see all of these different rooms, and you can imagine each one of these is effectively a video call with a unique URL associated with it that is branded to your needs. General discussion that somebody's in right now, then I'm going out to my video call office, and you can see that I am the creator of it. It has one moderator. Here's the description. This room is password protected. Creator of the room has put a password on this room. It will be asked for when you start a call. We're all familiar with that. When I have this room here, you'll see that it is in Vibehut.io/OneDolinsky office, and then it comes with all sorts of other functionality related to the room. Things like analytics, personas, testimonials, event pages, call details. You can break it out into a single call or breakout calls. You have an activity page. You have a booking section, and we can kind of talk about this more. And even those kind of testimonials that were shown displayed all on this page. I can link people to this room at any point in time. It's password protected. And similar to this room that is active right now, when I have calls in this room, these calls are visible. People can see that I am active online, talking to people online. If you want to make it private, unlisted, you can do that as well. And there's all sorts of functionality here that we can talk about. Next up, content. Content is number two, right? This is the second level. So content is, if you imagine this call that we are in right now, if I go down here, I can actually say, I want to record this call, which we are doing right now. And when this call is finished, I can come up here to the call or phone icon or click calls and recordings here. And we can download this video call in TikTok format, YouTube format, Spotify format for podcasts, call transcripts, or get the call recording for your kind of cracked editing editor that can use all of the software. So this turns your Vibehut video calls into content that can be downloaded, edited, and you get the raw files and then shared and redistributed anywhere on the web. That is very unique because with that kind of branded video call room, where you can say for your newsletter or for your TikTok following or YouTube following, you can say, hey, look, I have a Vibehut.io video call room. It's at this link. Anytime you guys want to join, come join and talk to each other, right? So not only can you be in the call, but other people can be in the call too. In addition to that, on the call recording side, the second one is live. We can go live on YouTube, Twitch, LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram, any of these platforms with the click of a button. They're going to provide you an RTMP URL that looks very ugly, looks like this. And in 10 seconds, you can be live on any of those platforms as well as live on Vibehut. So that's the content side. We have recording, download calls in TikTok, which is mobile, YouTube, desktop format, Spotify, podcast, and get the call transcripts. Call transcripts. And you can even put those into ChatGPT for instant blogs. Live streaming. The third level is community. So here we go, number 3. Why? Community. So in addition to you just having kind of video calls with you and another person, doing content where you're recording or live streaming out to the masses, Vibehut turns the whole video call primitive into and kind of builds a whole community platform around it. So what I mean by that, in all of these rooms here, so these are rooms that I've created. So I have general discussion, one for my siblings, building in public calls, language learning, artificial intelligence calls, et cetera, et cetera. There are also rooms that I subscribe to. I didn't create these rooms, but I am a member of these rooms. So here's an example by my good friend Darian. He has created a room called Extreme Founders. It's a group for founders that do whatever it takes. The goal here is to learn from each other and add value where we can. You can see here that the first room there was password accessible. This is host approved. You have to be approved by the founder of the room to get into this room. Now, calls in this room happen all the time. You can see right here, 5 hours ago, Savannah was talking with 2 others. Wukong joined 2 others. Tal was in here. Darren was in here. I was in here. All these people talking to each other around the world. And if you think about the internet right now, we have this kind of influencer type of persona. You can have a big TikTok following, a big Twitter following, etc. On Vibehut, we let you be a connector, somebody that connects people all around the world in one place around a particular topic. For instance, here with you being an extreme founder, and those people in the room that get vetted, that are approved into this room, can then talk amongst each other. You as the creator don't have to be the center of the attention all the time, but this means that you have a perfect opportunity, if you do have a following, if you are an influencer, to say, hey, look, I'm going to take my whole influencer following, create a Vibehut room, and say, you guys can all connect amongst each other, right? And that's where Vibehut starts to really blossom and grow as this beautiful community platform. And the last piece, persona, you can be an influencer, and now you can be a connector. Bring people together, talk about a topic, make content, have calls, right? So the community brings together content and calls. And the last piece that we all love and that is all desperately needed is cash. You can earn a substantial amount of money on Vibehut. Okay, so let's look at this. So first of all, here are the ways that you can make money yourself right now on Vibehut. So number one, these rooms themselves can be set up where they're password protected, host approved. but also you have other options. If you go to the edit settings of your room, you can turn on collect payment, right? Collect payment. And if you turn that on, you can make it a one-time payment or a monthly subscription, and you can make it say $100, right? $100. If you want to have a monthly subscription, maybe it's $40, right? Now the people that join this room, everyone that joins that pays for this monthly subscription, they're going to pay you to get access to this on-demand online networking opportunity. You can also do a weekly pass charge. And so this is where we have paid events, which I'll talk about in a second. And so you can say, hey, look, we're going to have a free room, but we're going to have paid events in this room. And it's $50 to join my event or $20 to join my event. If you want to join 3 or 4 of the events in the week, it is kind of $50 for the weekly pass charge, $20 per event. You join 3 events, you're making a deal. Perfect. The other piece here is the events themselves on this page, which are, you can see here, you have an event page, you have a chat associated with the event, you can join the event, add to Google Calendar, password protected, very nice. But these events themselves can be paid as well. Is this a paid event? Yeah, sure it is, right? $20, $20 to join. And when people join, it's going to turn into a paid event. Perfect. Also, the other way that you can monetize is that in here, when you go live, you can say pay for live. You can say this live, to watch this live, it's $20. Again, finding all of these different ways to monetize your socials and monetize your community so that you can make your community nice and sustainable. So those ways, so you have paid room access, paid events, paid live stream, right? Beautiful. Now you have a way to have calls, one-off calls if you want them. You can create content, and through recording and live streaming, you can build a whole community around globally. Like, people don't have to be in the same location as you. These people can kind of join your community and talk amongst each other. Actually, I didn't even say, every one of these has a chat. You can see chat up here. We have chat, and then you also have direct messaging. So you can kind of direct message people, or you have a room chat that's asynchronous. So people don't have to be on video calls all the time. They can talk to each other. And then the last piece here is that you have cash. You can earn on Vibehut. You can bring people together. So some of the most common ways that people use Vibehut. 1, ways people use Vibehut, right? People are already using it. So 1, we saw extreme founders, so founders groups, office hours. And one of my favorites is this language learning, higher education, talking to people, networking online. You'll see here we have an IELTS room. This is an English proficiency test. I'm the creator of it. It was a proof of concept room. We have 7 moderators. And up here, you'll see that this one is organized where you join a hut of 6 people, and additional users are placed into a new hut. And we had 11 separate rooms, so 66 total. You go up here, you can actually see the analytics of this room, where over the last, kind of from 2023, 518 people have used this room. They've had 3,275 calls, basically talking every single day. And you can see the people, 360 calls, 345 calls, 261 calls, 256 calls. Engar had 242 calls, 14 days of time spent, 2 days of time spent, 5 days of time spent. All of this is a beautiful opportunity for you to see that these communities can thrive online. They can bring people together, and you can have a very active community online. So I'm going to cut the video there. Again, I think that these 4 levels, so you can dip your toes in with calls, then create some content if you'd like. Then if you really want to kind of blow the kind of socks off the whole online network, you can create a community and you can earn online. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. Thanks so much.